Boys Dr. Ethel with me in the studio. But before, let me acknowledge our sponsors. First of all, Duffy's Health and Beauty. They provide 100% organic health and beauty products. And Duffy's Health and Beauty provides for products that are organically farmed, and so it's great for your skin, it's great for you, great for your family. There's the Duffy's Hair Growth Cream, the Healthy Glow Shower Gel, and it comes in different skin shades. So there's one for everybody. There's the dark and chocolate skin, caramel and average skin, and naturally very fair skin. If you experience irregular menstrual flow, also menstrual pains, you need to get the Duffy's Ohima Feminine Mixture. It also improves fertility, and there's the Duffy's Feminine Cleanse as well. There are quite a number of products from Duffy's that you can get. I would encourage you today, follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Duffy's Health and Beauty or Duffy's Organics. And I love that when you go on to their social media pages, you see reviews, and these are reviews from real people who have experienced how Duffy's is making, Duffy's products are making a difference in their lives and that of their loved ones. So go check them out, Duffy's Health and Beauty or Duffy's Organics. And you can give them a call today on 0533 776 893, 0533 776 893. Also probably brought to you by T&U, the new you. Good morning, boys, Dr. Ethel.
Morning, JJD.
It's good to see you this morning.
Yes, we've not met this year, right?
I think it's been a while.
Happy New Year.
I guess we can say that. But you're glowing. You're glowing.
So
I'm sure some people are thinking, Jennifer, why are you calling her boys doctor? Maybe tell us about yourself, what you do, then they will understand why I'm calling you boys doctor. Ethel.
So, good morning, listeners. It's a pleasure to be here again. I'm Boys Dr. Ethel because I have a purpose or a mandate to address the silent struggles of young boys.
Could you please get a little closer to your microphone for me?
Right.
Yes.
Address the silent struggles of our young boys through mentorship.
Okay.
So I provide positive masculine guidance through mentors for young boys. So it's boys who don't have father figures in their lives, and even boys who have father figures, but their fathers want them to have bigger exposure.
Okay.
So this is what I provide for our young boys.
Awesome.
So they can be better men for our society, for their families. Yes.
That's great. And I've always found it interesting that you set out to do this for boys. Yeah, you're a mom of girls. Tell me about your family,
So
your children.
I should tell you that it's typically a calling.
Yeah.
It's a ministry, because myself, when I was going into this, I kept asking myself, am I really the right person to do this job? Because I don't have a son.
Exactly.
But when God calls you for a mission, a vision, He equips you.
Yeah.
JJD, I don't know how I get the ideas every year to even upgrade, improve on what I do with the boys. It's just God's power at work, you know. So it's been glory after glory by God's grace. Yes.
So you're a mom of how many girls?
I have 3 daughters, 3 teenage daughters.
Teenagers,
Yes.
all 3 of them.
Yes.
Oh, wow. What's the oldest age?
So 15, they are just one after the other, 14
Okay.
and 13.
Wow. Okay. Did you plan to have it that way, back to back, back to back?
I think I can tell
Maybe
here.
you should tell us a
Yes.
story now.
So at a point in my life, I was in corporate.
Let me say, you can join us. We're live on Facebook, also on YouTube, and you can drop a comment. You can share the link. If you have a question for Boys Dr. Ethel, feel free to drop that as well. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so before I married, I was in corporate. I was working in corporate organizations. And then I got married, and I was eager to have a baby. And within a year, it wasn't just forthcoming. I was like, God, I mean, I thought that when you get married, you start blessing us with children. And it didn't happen for me the way I expected. I had to wait on for a year and have close to 2 years to have my first baby. So when I had her, I was so excited. I didn't take any precaution about family planning or anything like that. I didn't even know any of that. Before I realized, I think in 4 months' time, I was pregnant for the second.
Okay.
It so happened for the third as well. So after the third,
you realize you have to advise yourself.
Exactly. It was like I was running a crash in my home. So I had to stop corporate. I had to just resign.
So at the time, what were you doing as a corporate woman?
I was in marketing and PR. I'm a marketing and PR professional.
Okay.
So I worked in organizations where I provided marketing and PR.
You must have had the most
services.
maternity leave at that office.
You know, after the first, I just resigned because at that time too, I was schooling. I was taking my degree at GIMPA.
Okay.
So I said, no, I cannot combine school, work, and pregnancy, you know, so I had to let go of the work.
Wow.
So after the first baby, I decided to go back, but I was doing it as consultancy.
Okay.
You know, yes. So that's been the journey for me.
I want to know, how would you describe the season you're in now as a mom? If there's a word you can use to describe it.
Well, I would say liberation, a little bit of liberation, yes.
Tell me more about that.
Because I've been heavily involved in their lives. Like I told you, I had to let go of work to be involved at their foundational level. I wanted to be part of their growth. At a point, I was involving nannies and helpers, but it wasn't going the way I expected. And whenever I went to work, the pressure of work made me neglect them a bit when I did any form of work in between the beds.
Okay.
So I just decided that, look, I'm going to spend all my time making sure that they get the foundation right, because it got to a point they weren't doing well at school because I was focusing on corporate and other people's jobs, you know, getting results. And one thing about me, when I take on a contract or something to do, I'm all in.
You go all out.
Exactly.
Okay.
So my children were suffering. So at a point, I just made a decision to just spend full time with them. So I kind of sacrificed. I put off social activities. People will invite me, hey, old school is doing this. We are here. We are going here. All those clubs that I used to be in, I just had to quit, you know. And it's a point of motherhood that everybody must embrace. Motherhood is in seasons. When you get to the season where you have to let go of social activities, just accept it, because today I am free.
You're free. You are liberated.
I'm liberated. Yes. Yes. I can go anywhere I want to go to, and they can cook themselves. They can do whatever that I used to do with them. And one thing about motherhood, don't always be doing things for them. Do it with them, so that they don't depend on you so much. You'll get your liberation much earlier. Yes. Yes, so that's the journey. And so now they are, and you know, girls are naturally independent quite early.
Yes.
So they are very independent. Last weekend I was in camp, Saturday, Sunday, and so they were all by themselves, you know, fixing things. When I got home, Mother's Day, I'd already been prepared lunch. You know, so
that's admirable.
Exactly. So this is where I've gotten to by the grace of God, but it hasn't been easy.
It has not been easy. Have there been times when you felt, you know what, I know I'm making this hard choice for the children, but I wish I could just be out there? Were there moments like that?
Come again?
Were there moments when you just sit and sulk a bit and go like, you know, I'm making these hard choices for my children, but I wish I could go there and be there and chase that dream and chase that ambition, because it feels like if I don't do it now, I may not get it again. Do you ever have those feelings?
I did. I felt like I was behind. When I saw some of my colleagues that I left at the corporate, like in corporate, and you see a friend, you read about the friend in the headlines, she's been promoted to so and so. And so I tell myself, if I were still in by now, this is the level I would have been, senior level management or something like that. But I want to encourage a mother out there that, you see, it's never a waste of time investing in your children. God will restore all the years you have lost. I have certain recognitions and certain privileges because of this purpose that I'm working with, because of this purpose God has given me, that some people in corporates that I left behind that are now senior level managers don't get that opportunity. I've been awarded, I've had so many privileges that if I were just working for somebody, I may not have that exposure. Yes. So and there was even a time that I took my CV to a corporate organization. When the children grew a bit, I wanted to work again, and the woman was like, "What? You made very good use of your time whilst you were nurturing your children," because she saw that there weren't gaps in my CV. I opened a salon for children. I was managing a salon. I did little things here and there. So I would advise a mother not to waste that time. Whilst you are taking care of your children, learn a skill, open a business, do something, so that if you are liberated like me now and you have to go back to corporate, your CV is rich.
It's rich. It's not empty.
Yes.
This is Sunny 88.7 FM. We're hanging out with Boys Dr. Ethel. She's a mom of 3 teenage girls, and it feels as if she's just towing the line of what Gifty had to share. My co-host Gifty was mentioned today about how she had to be a stay-at-home mom, and for a while she felt like, okay, looks like, what happens if my children leave? And so she started thinking, I've got to do this, got to do that. So it's just in line with what you've just shared. I want to know how, over the period, you've managed your time effectively, because you're running this organization for boys. I believe it's a lot that you're doing. How do you manage your time effectively so that you're able to ensure that your organization is able to thrive? And then there's your girls, that they receive the quality attention that they need as your daughters.
So time management is key, because if you're a mother handling children, you have to oversee assignments and all that projects, and you are the face of your organization. Time management is key. So I just have this strategy of planning ahead and involving the children. That's okay. In August, for instance, I have a long vacation camp in Accra and Kumasi. I involve them and I tell them I'll not be around for this time. So this is what I'll be expecting you guys to do whilst I am away. So planning ahead is quite key in my preparations and in achieving my goals. And also I involve other people to help me. If you want to manage time, you have to learn to delegate.
Okay.
So ask for help if you need help with certain aspects of your life. So if there's somebody who can do something to shorten your time of doing things. So I have someone coordinating things for me at Kumasi. I don't have to go to Kumasi
every time. Okay.
Yes. So
unless it's time for the camp itself. Okay.
Exactly. So it's about planning ahead, getting the right people to help you so that you can save time, and also doing things that will also help fill you up. When you want to manage time, you yourself, you need to be in a good frame of mind to execute certain things in a timely manner. So myself, in the mornings, I don't look on my phone.
Usually, what time does your day start?
My day starts from 4
a.m.
Yes.
Okay.
I do a short prayer myself, and then I call the girls to get things done. They have different responsibilities around the house. Some do the dogs, some other things, and so by 6:30 we are leaving home. Yes, so I make sure that I fill my cup.
Okay.
Yes, because you need to be in a right frame of mind to manage time properly, So I make sure that I do my morning devotion myself, and then I check my book, my to-do list that I did yesterday, just to make sure that I remember even what I put down. Yes, and so after dropping my children off at school, that's when I start opening social media, checking out what's happening,
Okay.
And then I go to the office, and then my day begins.
Okay.
So this is how I go about things. Yes.
I think throughout this series, I'm hearing a lot from the women about spending time with God as moms as one of their strategies. And I'll get back to you for you to share with us the impact it's made on you as a mom in raising your children. This message says, go Ethel. This one says, checklist is very important. Good morning, JJD. Let's talk about how spending time with God has made an impact on your motherhood journey, Ethel.
So spending time with God for me is just putting yourself in the mood to receive, because with mine, it's how do I say, I'm a trailblazer in this industry in which I am, taking care of boys, planning content and programs for boys. I don't have a son, so most of the time my programs are divinely orchestrated. So I put myself in the mood in my car. When you want to fellowship with God, it doesn't always have to be in the church or being in fellowship with people all the time. But when I'm in my car, I make sure that I'm soaking in worship. I'm listening to things that will lift me up. And also I love meditation.
Okay.
Just quietness. Sometimes I don't want any noise, and that's where I receive instructions from God.
I remember one time my daughter was the she was this, mom, so now you have some quietness. I said, yes, you people are going out, have some quietness. Please go ahead.
Every mother needs that. If
just
you have
a
to
minute
lock
means a
yourself
lot.
in the room, yes, just for 5 minutes, yes. And sometimes I get that inspiration, unfortunately, in the washroom. Yes. Because sometimes in the washroom, I'm alone there, and I just flap the seat and sit down, and then I kind of get myself back. And so being close to God is something that is a personal work, a personal decision that you have to find your own strategy to connect with God.
Okay.
So that's how I do it,
All right, this one says, I love this, divinely orchestrated. Remember, we are live on Facebook and also YouTube. You can join in the conversation. You can drop a comment if you have a question for Boy's Doctor. You can do that as well. She's an entrepreneur, so maybe if you're a new mom, you've just started your business, trying to figure out a few things. She'll be responding to that in a bit. This one says, how are you doing? This is Christine. Thank you so much. Okay, all right, we'll get into that a bit. Ethel, I want to ask, what would you say has been, your oldest is 15, right? 13 and all that. What would you say has been the major challenge you have faced as a mother? I want to know how you solved it, because who knows, as you share, you may be providing a solution for another mom who may be in that same place today. Yes.
So currently, it's quite tough because they are going through a stage where they are finding their identity, and they have conflicting identities in their classroom. Sometimes one of the children or one of the girls want to be like somebody in their class.
Okay.
And I'm having to tell her, be you. Have that self-concept. So I'm at a period where I'm working on their mindset about who they are, individuality.
Okay.
Sometimes we have banters. This is a point where they challenge you on everything that you say, and parents must be ready for that.
I see another teenage mom nodding her head.
Yeah.
A mom of teenagers.
You can relate, right? So it's a period where you have to also show them a lot of respect. Last time I posted on Sunday, Mother's Day, I posted a picture of my daughters and myself, and I covered their faces.
I saw they had that love thing.
Yes, and I was trying to tell people that I'm at a stage of motherhood where I'm constantly reminded to respect their privacy and boundaries. They are like, you are doing your Boy's Doctor thing. Don't involve us.
It's your calling,
yes,
not our calling.
Yes. We don't want to be seeing our faces out there. When we're children, we could forgive you. We didn't know, but now.
Oh, your girls.
Yes,
they share their minds,
and I love that.
Yeah.
Because you see, you don't want to raise children who are timid around you. They keep their emotions to themselves, and in future they show you that we didn't like what you were doing. It's very painful. So sometimes it hurts, because as a Gen X generation and dealing with, they are alpha. So there's Gen X, there's Gen Z, there's millennial, and they are alphas. You see, you can tell the gap, but this is where, as a parent, you have to learn quickly, to know that at time we did PO box. Now they are doing digital address. So you as a parent have to adjust quickly. Otherwise, you will lose them. So there's these 5 ingredients that helps form my parenting journey. If I can share it.
Sure.
So it's VVC. I'll continue. So the V, the first V, I abbreviated it so that I can remember.
Sure.
The first V has to do with vision.
Okay.
The children must know the vision that you are operating with as a family, as a mother. Okay, so I always tell them that, look, I want you girls to go out into the world to make an impact with your skills, to impact humanity, to serve God with your skills as well as humanity. I know what you want to do. You want to be an architect. You want to be a police woman one day. You want to be a lawyer. But I want you to identify a nation society where beyond being just a corporate lawyer, you are doing something for some people who cannot, who don't have a voice.
Okay.
You want to be an architect. Make sure that society is using better building materials that will conserve the environment or protect the environment. You being a police, make sure that we reduce crime, corruption, and everything.
Okay.
Do something that will be a bit different. So this is the vision I'm operating with. Okay, with them. So every time I'm talking to them, I'm asking them about their vision, their purpose, what they want to do, and then values.
Okay.
You should be able to quiz your children about the values in your home, and they should be able to tell you without even you voicing it out to them. So my children know that at home, mommy insists on neatness in our bedrooms, in the kitchen. After you finish cooking, you have to clean after you.
Okay.
Integrity, no matter how painful it is, tell the truth about a situation, and kindness, be ready to share, so your home must be known for some values that your children are taking to impact the world. Then we have consequences. Before consequences, rules. Your house must have rules. Every child in your house
Can't just
should know
be going
that.
with the flow.
Yes, these are the rules of my home, and then it flows into consequence. If I don't do the rules, yesterday one of the girls just decided to neglect the dogs. They ran shifts to take care of the puppies.
Okay.
And so she told me that the dogs. It's rained, and so the dogs will feel cold, and so she gave me some flimsy excuse, and I'm telling her, who said dogs don't like fresh air? So this morning she knows the consequences that if you ignore doing the dogs in the night, in the morning you have to do it. So, and when you don't let the dogs out in the evening, they poop in the kennel. So you know that in the morning you have to clean the kennel before we go to school. So she knew that. So there was no argument, So there must be consequences, and then there must be bonding time. So for me, my children, we watch a movie at least once a week. We watch a family movie that teaches us lessons. Every Sunday we have a tradition. We do a potato dish. So everybody will go and check out a recipe. Mommy, I found this one. We can do this with potato. Every Sunday there's potato. Something we'll do with potatoes. Yes. So fine. It must be something simple. Nothing. You don't have to go to the mall. You don't have to travel. Some people think you have to go to Disneyland to go and have bonding time. No, it can be right in your home.
Right in your home.
Yes. So these are the things that have really guided me. Yes.
All right. I'm told we have a caller on the line. Okay, I think when we're wrapping up, we can take your call. Somebody had a question for you. But let me just get to Facebook, some comments there. I have Maulawe Ajua Awiti. She also joined us on the Duffy's Easier Motherhood Series as a single mom. She shared a journey with us. She says, we can't wait to reach liberation. And she says, time management and involving my children, learn to delegate, ask for help. She's speaking my language. Michelle, yes, getting help doesn't mean you are weak. What do you have to share with women who are made to feel that they are not mothers enough or women enough because they are not doing everything by themselves?
I think that showing vulnerability is rather strength. And so if you're able to say that I can't do it all and I need help, you are a strong woman. Don't let society deceive you. There are women who don't even cook in their homes. They just order food. It doesn't mean you are less of a mother. You are delegating. You are very smart, and you are achieving more in other areas, okay? So nobody should prescribe motherhood for you.
Oh, there is a prescription out there.
And never tout yourself as, I want to be a super mom. There's nothing like that. I always tell my children, please, I'm a human being. So when it's Mother's Day, they are using all this, you're a super mom. I'm like, please.
Oh, they just want to spoil
I
your
know. So if you ask for help, it doesn't mean that you are less of a mother. My daughter, I forgot to mention this, my daughter comes on board to teach at JSA. She comes to teach the boys. Her area that I've given her is how to treat a lady right.
Oh.
So come and see my daughter
Nice.
standing, and I have to pay her. Yes,
Oh, she's earning money already.
but it's a motivation,
Good
and I
one.
love it. And so she
Yeah.
has money, Yes. So
working.
every time I have a camp, she's on board. I ask her, girl, she's the one who wants to be a lawyer. Girl, this is your
Okay.
area. I know you can speak very well. Just go study about this area and come and teach the boys.
Okay.
And she's helping me. I don't have to do all the talking at the camp. She does something for me. Another person does something. So I'm even involving my children.
are.
And so business moms, your child can do social media for you. Your child can do other things to support you now. Yes.
All right, this one says, I love this woman as if she is in my house. The values, the roles, etc. My sons in the university cook by themselves
Awesome.
because of the roles they played at home when they were young. And Sarah Ayikai Kote has joined us. She says, thank you. Maulawa says, the washroom is our quiet place. Veronica Rita and Insaki, also one of our moms who've joined us on the Duffy's Motherhood Series, says, great Ethel, I'm proud of you, long time. This is Mrs. Saki from Ringway Assembly of God. I'm told we have a caller on the line who has a question. Hello? Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning, madam. Your name and where you're calling from?
Please, I'm Lily. I'm calling from Oibi.
Lily calling from OEB. Lily, you have a question for Boys Doctor?
Yes, please.
Please go ahead. Boys Doctor, you can hear her, right?
Yes, please.
Awesome. Please go
Yes,
ahead.
I want to know how her husband supported her in that program, because if the husband wasn't into it, I don't think she would have been able to get to where she is now. So I wanted to tell me more about the support the husband gave her.
Thank you, Mimi. Go ahead, Voice Doctor.
Thank you very much. It's true. My husband was an instrumental part. I'm the founding director of Junior Shapers Africa Boys Mentorship, and my husband is he's also a signatory to the organization. So he's involved right from the beginning. When I started, they were the pioneer mentors of my program, but the program has evolved. Now I use much younger men who have finished university so that they can relate. As you do a program, you review it. So I want the men that came on board initially were too old for the boys. So now there are younger men who have finished university, Moses, Enoch, they come and they can relate to what the boys are going through now.
They understand the jargon.
Exactly.
They understand.
But my husband was an instrumental part from 2015
Okay.
when I started. He funded us. He's into a transport business. So whenever we are traveling,
Wow.
he provides us with vehicles, So yes.
That's awesome.
Lillian,
That's awesome.
what's her name again?
So that was Mimi. She called
Mimi,
from
yes,
OEB.
Mimi.
Yes,
He's been
yes.
supportive. Yes.
All right, this is Sunny 88.7 FM. Is the Duffy's Easier Motherhood Series. If you have a question for her as well, you can drop it maybe on Facebook, or you can also send us a WhatsApp 0540-130-684. That is 0540-130-684. I want to know what advice you would give to moms who are home right now. Maybe they've resigned from work or something came up, but they are stay-at-home moms now. But they are considering starting their own business while also raising a family. They are in that period right now trying to make decisions. What advice would you give to them?
I've been there before, and it took me about a whole year to figure it out. But first of all, you have to analyze your strengths and interests. What your strengths are, what your interests are, and then you can take it from there. And you must, as an entrepreneur, our mandate is to solve a problem. So you don't just jump on the wagon, see somebody doing maybe hair trading business, someone sells hair extensions, and you also just start. You must find out whether you are solving a problem in the community in which you are. Maybe you live in a community, or you have friends who would just do natural hair. So that hair extensions that you're going to sell might be a challenge even for your initial customers. Okay, so with mine, I have 3 daughters, and whenever we went to the regular salons, they were bluffing us that my children cry too much, and sometimes I'll go there and they'll have TV on and they'll be showing these African movies, and I didn't really want my children to watch those movies. So I decided to open a kids salon for my daughters and the
I
community.
had that same challenge taking my
Yes,
children to salon, what
yes,
we were
it was
watching.
disturbing.
Very
And
much.
So I just said, okay, I think I'll open a kids salon for my daughters to benefit, and the community in which I am to also benefit, bring their children, and then that's how my business started. And sometimes your business may start small from one angle, and God can open up. So now when I started the salon, boys were coming with their sisters, and then I started
Really?
noticing the character deficits of boys, that we are not raising boys well. The way these boys are behaving, in the future our girls will suffer, so God started opening my eyes to the fact that boys need more attention when it comes
Yes.
to grooming them. And so now the salon is no more, but God has expanded my vision.
I mean, through
I'm still
that-
in the children's space. Yes.
Through that, a vision was born.
So solve a problem, find your interest, yes.
Okay. And Reverend Rebecca is listening. She says, JJD, I started my own job when I decided to take care of my children. My salon business, and it came out, it came other businesses. Yes, but first pray for direction. That's a good one. Voice Doctor, what would you say have been some of your greatest joys of being a mom? If you can share with us.
Yeah, well, I mean, seeing how we have not gotten anywhere yet, but seeing how my children have turned out, they are confident, no matter what, as a mother, one of your biggest, what should I say, goals should be raising a confident child.
Okay.
The world out there is, how should I say, it's a wicked world. It's a world. It's not. The world
tough.
is not
It's
fair.
not
It's
fair.
tough. So
Yes.
if you have confidence, you have a platform. Okay, and if you know God, my children are rooted in knowing that prayer works. Let me tell you, this morning our car wasn't sparking, and then my younger daughter, the lawyer, said, "Mommy, but we have always prayed and God has heard us. Let's
Oh.
pray." And she prayed. When she prayed, the answer didn't happen immediately. And I, as a mother, I was like, "Okay, you know what? Go upstairs. Tell Daddy to take you. I'll take Uber to
Okay.
Sunny. Mommy, you are rushing. Take your time."
Take your time.
Yes. And so I sparked it again, and then
Wow.
it happened, and like,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. My children believe that prayer works, and it makes me so happy. And also my children teach me. My children can school me about parenting, like, mommy, you need to learn how to negotiate properly. I mean, you can't just force this on us. So I've learned so much
boy.
from my children, and modern trends, they take their time to teach me. I didn't know what ChatGPT was. And my first daughter said, "It looks like you struggle to sometimes create content. Have you tried?"
Chat GPT.
They introduced me to TikTok. My first video, they actually produced it, so
They are your
it's-
consultants.
I tell you. And the fact that I was just telling, my last daughter is now teaching at my
Yes,
voice
GSA.
program. It makes me so happy.
Makes you proud. As we're talking about prayer, I remember one time when my daughter walked up to me and said, "Mom, I'm not feeling well." I mean, from that day, that time, the first that came to me, "We'll take you to the hospital." So I went back to the kitchen. Guess what? I heard her go to the living room and she started praying for herself. And then after about 30 minutes or so, she came back and says, "Mommy, I'm fine." I'm like, "Whoa, thank God. Let's keep up with this." So it's a good one.
Yes.
You're live on Sunny 88.7 FM, also on Facebook and YouTube. We are with Boys Dr. Ethel. And I want to find out from you, I know you shared a lot, but in summary, your top 2 strategies. It's been 15 years of being a mom. Your top 2 strategies you have employed over the years to make motherhood easier, more enjoyable for you, that you can share with a mom out there today. We're a mom to be out there today, so they don't need to reinvent anywhere. It's been done before. Just employ this.
I know that the God factor has been said over and over and over, but I'll also add my voice to it. You see, God gave us these gifts, and they are gifts that you have to pass on to the world in the near future. So every time I consult God, I ask God for wisdom about how to handle them. Sometimes they can have some fierce fights, and one of them, the middle one, always feels like she's not treated fairly. I have to consult God to give me wisdom to manage their conflicts very well, so that in the future they don't grow with the perception that mommy was unfair, so you need to always consult God on how to even deal with the
Each and every one.
individualities of your children. They are all not the same, yes. And one other thing is also showing vulnerability to my children. I don't let my children feel like I'm a superwoman, like I told you. Sometimes I tell them, look, today I'm not in a good place right now. We can talk about this later. And they understand me, So don't fake to be all strong for your
All the
children.
time.
I don't do it. I tell my children the truth about my emotions, how I'm feeling at a particular time, so that they can also express theirs to me. One thing that our parent didn't expose us to was emotional intelligence, how they feel. They'll just shout on you for no reason. But I'll tell them, I'm not feeling good today. Can we talk about this another time? Yesterday night, my daughter said they have African Day. She drew the dress that she wants me to go and so forth. I told her, I'm thinking about so many things right now. I'm not feeling happy yet. So can we talk about this in the morning? I'm not feeling good. Yes. Okay, mommy.
I get you.
Yeah, I get you. So express yourself to your children. Don't hide it. You are not
You don't have it all together all the time.
Exactly.
This is wonderful. And yes, Rebecca says, yes, be real to your children. This one says, can mom repeat her values for us? I want to note it down. I think somebody's also trying to get inspiration from you for values for our home. This is Becky.
Okay.
Can you share your values, some of the values you share as a family?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the values were integrity, kindness, it has escaped
It has
you.
escaped, I
Yes,
know.
but neatness, and then a habit of excellence. So everything you are doing, do it with excellence. So integrity, neatness, kindness, a habit of excellence. And then those things I shared, always have a vision. That you share with your children, where you feel like they should be going, and then values, and then rules in your home, have consequences, and have a bonding time with your children. Yes.
What are some of the things you talked about watching the movies, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about you. What are some of the things you do to take care of yourself away from the washroom where you have your me time? Let's do the other places. Share some of your me times with me.
All right.
Yes.
So for me, my me time is not that complicated.
Okay.
Mondays, I take it off. So after dropping them from school, I go home. I prepare some, herbal teas. Just soak it in. I just spend Monday lazy. I don't do anything on Monday. It's as simple as that. And where I work, it's a place with a lot of greenery. Sometimes I just leave the office and walk around the whole place. That's
Okay.
where I organize my programs and camps. I have an office there. They have
Okay.
a big green park. Just walk
Alright.
around, AJD, And when I'm walking around, I get ideas, Yes, so it's not that complicated for me. It's Mondays. I don't think about anything. I don't do anything. I just relax, Yeah. So
All right, voice Dr. Ethel right here on the Duffy's Easier Motherhood Series. And Reverend Rebecca says, the men are listening, JJD. I am personally learning a lot. I love the negotiation skills a parent should have. Wow, God bless her, Pa. All right, this one, okay, I think they got your initials, VVRQ. Yes, someone captured the
there's
initials
no
for
Q.
your, there's no Q.
Yes, it's C,
VVR, consequences. Yes,
Values,
yes.
Vision,
C.
values, rules, consequences, and bonding.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me take that. So that is vision,
values,
values, rules,
consequences, bonding.
bonding. Okay. Thank you so much, Voice Doctor, for coming through on the iMDrive today. It's been the Duffy's Easier Motherhood Series. Duffy's, thank you for bringing us this series this month on the iMDrive. You can follow Duffy's on Facebook and Instagram at Duffy's Health and Beauty or Duffy's Organics. And you can call Duffy's on 0533-776-893. You call them for your hair growth cream, your Healthy Glow Shower Gel, your Hima Feminine Mixture. There's a Duffy Snatch for Flat Tummy, the Acne Cleanser and Black Spot Cream is the best combo for acne control. So call Duffy's today on 0533-776-893. Stay with us right here on the iMDrive. I think I'll let Eugene, can you capture the initials right on Facebook for those who may be asking again? So just take note of that. So vision, values, rules, consequences, and bonding. I have a feeling a few people will still be asking for it. All right. Thank you for joining us.